It was Henry Van Dyke who stated, "Some people are so afraid to die, they never begin to live." How about it, folks? In our second point, fear expressed. Let's remember first of all, folks, that those who fear electricity, okay, thank God. Those who fear a Mack truck coming at you 100 miles an hour and jump out the way, thank God for that. Those who fear, wild bullets in the neighborhood, okay, amen, a real reason to fear, okay. These kinds of fear has kept us alive, amen, okay. These kind of fears preserve our life, and they come from God. These kinds of fears. But then there are some other kinds of fears that keep us from living. And so when we talk about fear expressed, we're talking about fear of life itself, fear of loneliness, fear of love, fear of failure, fear of trying, fear of poverty, fear of being hurt, fear of failure, and fear of fear itself. These are the things that keep us from living life and reduce us to only existing. What about it, folks? Patricia, you know what I'm talking about. Ellen, you know what I'm talking about. Here is a young, talented man. Talented. Okay? One of the top students in school. Beautiful woman, one of the top students in school. Okay? Honor student all her life. But at about 16, 17 years old, suddenly, a baby out of wedlock. And then the next thing you know, you look over the last 10 years of her life, 5 or 6 babies out of wedlock. Drugs, in and out of jail. What is the problem, all right? Here is the person with all of this great potential. Here is a person with all of these tremendous assets at their disposal. Here is a sharp, smart person. What is the problem, all right? What's happening in our society, in our drug culture, okay? Folks, I'm here to tell you, you know this, Patricias, how many talented people we see behind bars. How many talented people we've seen come through Fresh Start. Folks, guess what? I'm really here to tell you, most of the talented people that I know are on drugs, incarcerated, or dead. Isn't that amazing? What is the problem? And every time you look up, they're in and out of recovery, making promises and failing and going back to the drug, back to jail, and from jail telling everybody how much they love them, and when they come out what they're gonna do better, and they end up going back again and again and again. What is the problem, folks? What is the problem? The problem, Sister Thompson, is fear. They are running from life itself. What does a drug addict do? He lets the drug tell him that he's okay. He lets the drug tell him that, hey, everything's all right. I'm mellow. And every responsibility, everybody I've let down in my life, it doesn't matter anymore. I am running from life. My fright has turned me to flight. That's what the drug addict does. He's a coward. All right? In jail, in his circles, he's missed bad both those. I don't take nothing from nobody. Do you know who I am? All of those kind of things. Real hard shell, but a marshmallow inside. A wimp, a coward running from life. At Santa Rita, me and one of the workers, one of the employees there was walking out. We noticed kids playing around in the grass. visitation evening. Kids playing around in the grass, and some of the kids bragging about their parents. My daddy's a pod worker. He really got it going on inside. Can you imagine that? As if to say their daddy is the president of the United States, or their daddy is the CEO of Chrysler Corporation. They're saying their daddy is a pod worker and bragging about it. A whole culture has developed from this fear culture. You see that? Transference has taken place. These kids are doomed and haven't even started living yet. You can't give what you don't have. And if you are afraid of life, all you can do is raise children afraid of life. If you always turn or allow your fright to turn you to flight, all you can do is produce the same. You can't give what you don't have. Encouragement, it means to give courage. How are you going to give courage if you are a coward? And that's what we're looking at, folks. A society of cowards who allow fright to turn into flight. That's what we're looking at, folks. A bunch of cowards running from responsibility. Because responsibility, by definition, means responding to one's own abilities. Amen? That's what they're running from. And you see, I run from my responsibilities or responding from my ability, because guess what? It feels better to talk about what I could have done and what I could do than for somebody to judge me on what I do. Amen? You see, I could fail if I tried. And failure could be devastating to me if I try. But if I sit back and criticize and talk about others and talk about how smart I am and what I could really do if I put my mind to it, you'll never know and I'll never fail. Isn't that amazing? Cowards, man. Cowards, okay? It is a challenge to be married. It is a challenge to raise a family. It is a challenge to go to work sick, half dead, because you've got to pay bills. That is a challenge, folks. And then for kids to look at the guy with the big muscles, the prison cut, I call it, okay, and say, oh, he's quite a guy. No, he's quite a coward, okay? All right? Big, thick plastic shell and a wimp inside. That's the one thing I appreciate about the generation before. They stayed. Amen? They stayed. Okay? The mother left with 5, 10, 15 kids. They stayed. Okay? Amen? I go to Santa Rita jail. There's 4 generations in jail. My grandson is here. My great-grandson is here. And I'm here. Oh, I've been coming ever since 1965. What's the problem, folks? This man got blood in his veins like me and you. Okay? This man went to school just like you and I, and in most cases, in many cases, they are more academically inclined, I know, than I am. Okay?